After so long, I'm live again.
It only took 40 years.
It took 40 years. I can even have the Discord with it. I forgot I also have ads which would be an issue every like 30, well, first 30 minutes, and then it's like every hour. I gotta give you the screen. I forgot.
That you do?
Game is a bit loud. I gotta turn it down.
Yeah, it's pretty loud for me as well.
Oh, I have parody. But I accidentally turned it down to the oh, that's fine. I don't know why I keep showing you that. Ah. Okay, maybe that's a bit. $40? Maybe 40. How'd that sound? Or is it a bit too quiet?
I turned it down on my end, so it doesn't matter for me, but I can open up the stream real quick and unmute.
Sure.
I think that's good.
Alright. Why the hell am I dropping frames? We just started stream! Oh wait, is it because I
Your-
clicked off the game?
Mic is only coming through the left ear.
How does that work?
I don't know.
It's only coming in through the left ear on the stream.
Yes. It's
Alright.
both on Discord.
How does the... Alright, hold on. Like...
It's mono left on stream.
Okay, how does one fix this? Settings, audio. Enabled. Apply. Very. Okay. Properties. Filters. Why is it mono left? Alright, what about this? Alright, what about this? I hear through both on screen.
Okay.
What about this?
I hear through both now.
Okay. I clicked mono on the audio advanced
Yeah.
audio properties. I don't know.
That's generally how you want to do your voice recording anyway. So
Yeah.
that'll work.
There you go. It'd be really
That'll do
funny
it.
if all of a sudden it just like started making everything else come out of the left ear. You can't have anything nice.
Going to sensually attack your left ear.
Now with music.
It's just like
Very, very uncomfortable licking noises.
just gotta reenact the JoJo Cherry scene.
Lady.
Leadle.
You remember what the fuck was happening in this game?
Not a goddamn clue.
Alright, wonderful. You remember any voices you've done in this game?
I just remember that I was Airlock Sholmes.
I remember. Well, I'm the two pro tags. And then I remember giving him the Krillin whenever I felt like it, or my normal voice whenever I felt like it.
Yeah. The door behind them makes me think of waffles, and I want waffles now.
I don't remember whether you or I think you voiced her.
It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
This is definitely not a voice I remember, but we'll go with it.
I don't know. Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Oh, I do remember I voiced him because I did the vampire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Miss Beat, the titles once again, if you please. Oh yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other.
I remember them being a really
Monsieur
cute couple.
I remember this. What's it, yearnings? Canterbury yearnings. What? Oh. That's cute. A meal for someone. A meal for Gabrielle, in fact.
I gotta look at the court record.
No idea how to
honestly.
say to that.
I gotta look at the court record. I don't remember. There was a lady that was stabbed, but she didn't die, but she's like comatose or some shit, right?
She's in the Peter Griffin pose. Why?
I wonder if you laughed at the same thing before.
Probably. I'm an idiot.
But ooh, wow. Ooh.
Just zoomed in on her ear. Oh no! Imagine if that wasn't her ear and she was like had her head on her back.
At her ear.
Wait, what? You can't stab somebody with that.
I think you're either watching the stream or the Discord is behind.
I'm watching the stream because I'm getting distracted.
Ah. Yeah, okay. Young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. Victim olive green. Oh, you get it? Because she shaped like an olive. Female stout build.
I thought it was because her coat is olive green.
I'm pretty sure that's her name.
Yeah, but it's because her coat's green, isn't it? Ah.
Shaped with like an olive. This kind of fuck. I'm even more worse, but yeah.
Alright.
Remember these two?
Gutta dibs.
Man with the no chin.
Damn, you don't gotta call him out like that. I think he ate fish and chips, didn't he?
He did. My favorite character so far?
Sherlock Sholmes. I did it my way.
I remember
weird
Iris being
payoff.
very heavily implied to maybe be the princess or some shit.
The princess?
Like she had like too much sway on the fucking police by giving them a coin.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know. She's either a fucking mob boss daughter or a royalty somehow.
Why not both?
It could be both.
As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Mrs. Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional.
Oh, I should turn that down.
Alright.
Ding. Ring. And also the ring. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm still trying to... No! Try to do some promo for you. Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman paid me a compliment. Yes, flawless, Patricia's flawless. Why is he chewing on his helmet strap?
I feel like we had this question before. We're just recycling the, yo, this is perfect. If we just don't stream something in a million years, we can just make the same jokes again and we just pretend like it was the all new.
Don't look at the VOD.
Also, I think the VOD of the 24-hour stream, I accidentally let that fucking go into the ether.
Well, that was worthwhile. There's nothing surprising about that.
Fucking vanished. That was like most of fucking Zelda.
Tears of the Kingdom?
No, Echoes of Wisdom. I beat that game.
Oh. Are we not voicing?
Fuck! Oh god! Oh no! Oh no! I'm so weird! Fuck. Was it? I'm sorry, Council, but does that not seem odd? Why should the fourth book be omitted from the receipt?
It's not odd at all, my lord.
Damn, feels weird. This is your occupation, or one of your occupations. I haven't fucking voiced shit in 3 months!
Oh. As the photograph clearly shows, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches.
Did she take a bite out of it?
Why does it look like that? It's like it's no clipping through the ground.
Like,
Wait, is it burnt?
Okay, it could be burnt.
Didn't the other couple have, like, burnt books or something? In other words, it belongs to the victim. Well, yeah, she purchased a bunch of books. They all belong to her now.
Yeah.
Just be as
Silly.
stupid as possible and treat him like an asshole.
Well, yeah, dumbass.
Yeah, she bought them. Oh, they all belong to her now.
The victim was holding her own book? I wonder what became of that fourth book. I really haven't done that in a while. Holy shit.
Feel that tickle in your throat?
Yeah. Waiting.
I'm still trying to do promo, sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard.
I have it here as evidence.
I have it here as evidence.
Just starts taking over your lines. It's like, God damn it, man.
And I just start hanging out, like, yeah, alright, sure, why not? Go off, King! Man, that seems tiring to talk non-stop for every single character for the next 5 hours.
Yeah, it's not like I've done that before with a different game that I still have to finish.
It's not usually this many characters going back and forth for that long, though.
True, but
This is like all dialogue.
well, this is all dialogue, but there's a lot of dialogue. Tits.
Yeah, there's some like hour-long cutscenes in Trails in the Sky, but you do get some combat breaking it up every now and then.
Sometimes.
If we played this for the next 5 hours, it'd be the next 5 hours of us yapping away, so... I
Yeah.
don't know.
I should probably finish that.
Ah!
You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please. Counsel!
My pleasure, my lord.
Second crime scene photograph has been entered to the court record. And the fourth book has been entered into the court record. I don't know how this is relevant. I'm fucking... It's been too long!
The prosecution rests. Well, I am succeeding. I have nothing further to add.
What?
You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused's lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination.
Futile! I walked right into this, didn't I?
You see, everything we've said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat.
They were already married.
I thought so too. Does he know they're married? Ma'am, are you keeping this man hostage? So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty?
As we sit here and remember how racist Mirage is in this game.
Shut up! I've been learning the ukulele for my apology video. Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? Allow me to fill my chalice. You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we are in a terribly precarious position. I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Think, Ryonosuke. Think. What do you do now? Raise an objection. Wait and see.
I feel like I'm just gonna wait around.
Objection!
Something is up! I'm not done yet!
No, my learned friend. It's over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There is no more room for debate.
Man, it feels weird being in a courtroom, like, halfway through and then, like, having amnesia. I don't remember shit.
Yeah. Where am I?
Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but... I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Von Zieks. Seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point.
Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed.
Did we like start looking up prices for like ukuleles? You already got one.
I'm gonna need one.
Alright.
Just kind of been fingering along to the videos that I've been watching. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this.
You have a P.O. box or something I could send the ukulele to, though? Like,
No. That costs money.
It'd be really funny if I did send you a ukulele.
Apologize for your racism. Low on mana is like scrawled along the side.
Yeah.
All my family's like, what's the story with this?
Repent! Repent, Mirage! Oh!
Never!
I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you'll have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Mr. Naruto!
I'm totally not just saying that to riz her up.
One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance, so the court will hear you, madam. Go ahead, Miss Usato, please.
Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Was it here, or it was Japan that was sexist that wouldn't let the woman in the court, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Japan was sexist, Britain is racist.
Alright. Go to America, is everything extra? We don't even have a court of law there.
They just shoot our guns. Yeehaw!
Trial by fire. Well, the
By
court...
gunfire. Yeehaw!
If I miss with my gun, and I've been training in the yard to make sure I don't miss, then you must be innocent. Because God himself must push the wind and make me miss.
Just like a pile of corpses in the back. With bullet holes right between their eyes.
Like
Had a lot of guilty here lately.
Yeah, I don't miss.
That practice been paying off.
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished.
I see! And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you?
Mr. Naruto, what do you think? Is it possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've all been waiting for? The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible.
Yes, I understand. And thank you, Mrs. Sato. First off, why did she take a bite out of her book? Okay, it's a bird.
Oh, look at this! The book has been badly burned.
You're right. You'll never be able to read it in this state, especially not the latter pages.
What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently.
Huh, a book recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? Ooh. Can't believe that she would throw this book into a stove to try to eat it.
Damn, man. We're
Let
getting
me
all fat phobic in here.
Hey, I gotta balance your part out.
Fair.
Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride.
I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all, so it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute! The Lion's Pride! That's strange. I think I've heard of a book by that name before. Very recently, too. I'm sure it has to do with the couple.
I'll go Google a guide real quick, just in case.
What do you mean?
Do you remember what we recently heard?
I don't, but I'm pretty sure it has
There
to
you
do with the
go.
couple.
The not a maid couple?
Yeah. And also, I'm sure we could figure it out.
After a few deaths.
Yeah, maybe.
Through the power of save scumming.
Through the power of friendship.
It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruhodo.
Remember, everything we need is in the court record. Awesome. Oh yeah. Magnifying glass. This is supposed to show us that the book was burnt without, if we for whatever reason did not like the burnt book.
I guess in case you didn't flip it over. Can we look at the knife?
Yeah.
Like, can we, when we open it, can we examine the lack of a tip? Hey.
I didn't even realize that last time.
Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing.
You're right! Well spotted, Mrs. Otto.
I wonder what could have happened to it.
Yes! You don't think it could have been lodged in the victim, do you?
Oh dear, I hope not. That sounds terribly painful.
Yeah, walk it off.
Oh, I guess that's it.
Alright.
This is it! Susato-san has managed to win us one last chance here! Can't let it go to waste.
So are these... I mean, I know you don't necessarily know, but are these like literary last chances, or like plot last chances? Or are we actually fucking this up that bad?
Well, it's literary. Like, we're not fucking shit up. This is just how the
Okay.
games typically go.
Okay.
While there technically are situations where, like, they say this is the last chance, and they'll actually kill you if you like get it wrong. I feel like really late into the case and into the game, but I feel like it usually shows you like, oh, all your health disappears when you get it wrong.
Gotcha.
The
I
defense
wasn't sure how branching these are.
Nah, it's linear. I don't even know if there's any. It's linear. This is just how it is. Defense wishes to present evidence, my lord.
Ugh.
Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. And by that I mean up to 5, because you have 5 health stocks. Evidence that apparently... Go ahead.
I just left.
Evidence that apparently offers a... Okay, yeah. The 4th book. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The 4th book, found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We've already discussed the 4th book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know.
Yes, I'm afraid, counsel. I must concur with the prosecution on this matter. When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue.
Hitherto.
Hitherto.
Hitherto! Damn, man, I didn't know that you were about spousal abuse like that.
Hey, you're the one who said it like that.
I have.
I'm saying it like I'm mispronouncing a word.
Conscience.
Conscience. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, yes, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Which means you may very well be on the right track.
Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case, which this fourth book conceals?
If you just take the book and turn it around, it becomes pretty obvious.
A little bit.
I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What are you? Goodness gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp.
So we have to ask ourselves, why was the book clutching? The victim clutching? Why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? I don't know if it's unreadable per se, but sure.
It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend?
Got ads. Gotta sit through the ad.
Got ads now for 3 minutes.
3 minutos.
So I've been getting a lot of like erectile dysfunction medication ads, and I don't know why.
Okay, that came out. The first part came out of nowhere, bro. So like, I was like, oh, okay, we just sharing information.
I mean, it's just ads. I'm not the one picking them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, at the beginning, like, it started with, like, so I've been getting a lot of erectile dysfunction ads. So, like, until the ads popped up, I was like, whoa, we're sharing quite a bit.
I mean, they'd already started by then. Or at least they had on my end.
Damn. They know too much, apparently.
They know something I don't, because I'm pretty sure everything works just fine. But yeah, I've been getting those ads for like 2 different. One's a pill, I think, and I don't know what the other one is. But they're like, is Viagra not enough for you? Then try this. And I'm like, I don't. Everything works fine, thanks. But then they also keep giving me this one for asphalt crack filler.
What?
Where I'm 99% certain it's duct tape. So they're putting duct tape down on the concrete, and then they just like hit it with a torch.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
You're getting interesting ads.
They want me to
I'm
fill
just getting
my asphalt
ads for
cracks.
tax season, bro. I'm just getting ads for tax season.
I've gotten some of those too, but for whatever reason, they just are like really concerned with my intimate life and the state of my driveway.
I don't get Twitch ads because I have Turbo. I don't know about I don't really pay attention.
I've not even looked into them, honestly. Well, sometimes ads could be interesting just because of what they keep sending you, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, another one that I keep seeing, because like YouTube Shorts are weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of the ads on YouTube Shorts are extra weird. I keep getting these ones about some kind of a scam where it's supposed to be you use salt, and that makes you like ready and raring to go for longer, more, whatever, the whole 9 yards. And they're like, it's just a pinch of salt, but it's like very poorly made, AI lip syncing and AI voiced. It's very strange.
Oh. Hey. I like how
I
we
don't
save
get
these
it.
conversations for
we have that so that people can hear.
You gotta sub if you want the really good stuff.
You want the fucking opener of like, I've been getting erectile dysfunction ads.
I prefaced it was ads.
I feel like you said ads after. I don't know.
I said I've been getting really weird Twitch ads that are all about like ED medication. I thought that's how I said it.
I don't know. Someone can check the VOD. If only we got viewers. Oh!
Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide? I don't know, man. I just thought it was weird it was burned.
A charred book? There's just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. Outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, Council! I might die in the next 5 minutes. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered?
My beard is made out of whipped cream.
Owner?
Maybe. It's content. This is a fire read, Council.
Absolutely flames, bro. One could say it was lit. Man, I haven't heard the word lit in forever. Man, Ryonosuke, you must be old.
You trying to tell me this is Fahrenheit 451?
God damn. Holy shit. I haven't heard that one.
Them deep middle school book club cuts.
My lord! The burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth. About the book's owner. I beg your pardon!
But we already know who the book belongs to.
Bitch, you don't!
The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor, after all. It's obviously hers.
The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand is yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious!
Sir,
could you...
might want
What?
to check your,
What?
on top of your head.
I'll fix that later. I'll probably bring it up. Oh, good gracious, how can you possibly...
Very well. I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry.
Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? Well, it's probably him. As I don't remember. Take that! Shit. The music stopped. We're probably right.
Huh.
The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Miss Garrett Depp.
The whole thing just takes a stop as you say their name 82 different methods. The landlord.
Garrett. He kept saying the lines over. keeps trying to say their names correctly. Garadeb, and whether Garadeb, this Garadeb, is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Miss Garadeb herself. You really realize it's a very horrible decision, right? You know, like, jury duty, like, the jury people should be, like, completely
Conflict of
unrelated to the
interest.
course. Like, yeah, it's a conflict of interest. Like, not only does she, like, let the guy live in her house, in her apartment, or whatever you want to fucking call it, like, she, you know, now she's probably fucking stabbed a woman. I don't know what they got in a fight for, but maybe she stabbed a woman. I'm just saying. For a book. You stole.
Mr. Garadeb, have you been chasing some other... He's got a type. He's got a type.
Remember, she thought he was cheating. And then I don't know
She
whether or
did.
not we like he confirmed that to them, but then later on I feel like we had something come up that may have been like showing that he might still be chasing. I don't know. I feel
Mr.
like,
Garadeb, you sly dog.
I feel like you voiced her, but I can't.
Did I?
Oh my goodness, me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garadeb's wife. I'm his maid.
Oh yeah, and they were the sun and the moon.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. Well, even if we went by the fact that she was age, really shouldn't be in jury. All right then. How about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garadeb's house?
I would never presume to know all the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused's landlady, you say. You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
Objection! Objection!
This is not a mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's house. Good lord! Let me fix this real quick and yep, over here. Okay, no one saw. What sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord!
Is he also mine? I don't
I
remember.
feel like you had a lot of characters because I voiced two main ones.
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bloody thing.
I also
Yeah,
think you kept picking up characters hoping they wouldn't be racist. And they ended up being racist anyway.
Why?
And
Didn't
like
take long for the fire to spread, of course. Poly furniture started going up as well.
Like the one character that wasn't racist, you let me voice.
My life sucks. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite. A book called The Lion's Pride.
You can't see me.
The Lion's Pride. I'm John Cena. Do 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 do. Do do do
Put the
do.
mirror in front of me, you won't see me.
Do you know why that aspect is supposed to be a thing for vampires?
Ah.
So older mirrors use silver for a reflective surface.
Oh.
And silver is also a thing that vampires, like, can't interact with, because it's, I don't know, like a holy metal or something. So as a result, they wouldn't have a reflection.
Yeah. That's
Kind of
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. I didn't know. The more you know. Why am I thinking of the little... anyway. By Jove!
What?
I'm thinking of... What is it? Is it The More You Know? Where, like, the little animation that pops up and it's like...
Yeah, with the star, and it's like, the more you know.
Yeah, that. That played in my head, but, like, there's, like... I don't have, like, a More You Know kind of, like, way to play it, so I just have to, like, hold it. Unless I want to go, like...
Fair
Da-da-da. I feel like I'm being judged by the judge.
You fucking idiot!
By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate!
Oh dear me!
Objection!
This is risible. I don't know if that's how you say that word. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in the fire.
Is it risible?
I don't know.
You're getting
Look it up.
right. I guess. Yeah.
I was thinking risible as in like derisible. Hey, I was right. Such as to provoke laughter. Neat. Ba-da-ba-ba. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime.
Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Not going into details, it appears that Mrs. Skaradab was considerably enraged.
I just had a mental image of them like getting into a fight and her slapping him and like the fire starting and all that, you know. I think we've seen that maybe. But then I had an image of Olive being like just off to the side of where the fire starts, like hiding behind the fucking blinds of the window. And she also lights on fire partially, or like the book lights on fire with her. So she just books it as fast as she can in the confusion of the fire starting. Nobody noticed.
She fell out the window.
Oh no. Well, they did say there was a lot of smoke, so we couldn't see anything. So maybe that was how she exited stage left.
Damn.
Did we just crack the case?
Maybe.
Oh wait, we were talking about a death here, not a fucking Jerry Springer episode.
Well, she didn't die.
Right, coma.
Without going into oh wow, that was a fucking dying start. Without going into details, it appears that Miss Skaradab was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Skaradab even amid the flames. Just fucking fire. Just like Doomslayer level of like fire just burning her as she's beating the shit.
There's one they'll fear.
Boom. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, how awful! I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Broly? Absolutely not, sir! My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir!
Sir, she has this entire time. She's been choking you out and like hanging you repeatedly. And all my favorite novels, old novels in that case.
I'm into that, sir.
But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke.
Like how you don't even fucking bring any attention to what I say about him.
Wait, what was it?
I'm into that, sir.
Oh, ah! I don't know, I didn't process. Then the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen.
I won't bring it up. I won't make the joke. I won't think of the thing that is fat phobic. I won't.
Jesus, man.
Can you think of the thing that was fat phobic in this sentence?
No.
Really?
A baker's dozen? I don't know.
Have the enemy fire.
Oh. How heavy was it? Half as heavy as your mom. Oh.
Oh, it would hurt if it wasn't true.
Oh.
The man had his back up against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him. Goodness gracious! Are you suggesting? What if, like, she threw a book that was burning. It went out the window, and it knocked her the fuck out.
She had the knife in her back, like from however long ago, but because it's blunt tipped, she didn't even notice.
Yeah.
It was actually she got knocked the fuck out by the book. That'd be amazing.
That the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
No, a thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident. There is no report of the Gyarados window pane being broken.
That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Gyarados household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time in...
Not even remotely. Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. I mean, their house is on fire.
Yeah, their house was indeed on fire.
No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Not even during a house fire.
Ah! Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? You earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Gyarados' wife. Why don't you just say Mrs. Gyarados? Why do you have to always bring him into the picture and say...
Because women are property at this point in time.
Feels my voice
I
became
don't actually know if that was still the case for, like, British society, but I'm gonna assume so.
I believe it's a possibility, Mirage, my lord.
That's quite enough! Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster.
Why? Fucking hate everything.
I think that's how we'll figure out whether or not you voiced him or not. If they ended up being racist.
I don't want that.
Thank you for
You
the
call
follow
yourself a
88
lawyer.
rules.
But you're just a coward! A mean coward!
Really?
Claiming that our little tiff set the whole neighborhood alight. Honestly,
Don't you think of that as kind of romantic, though? Your fight ended up knocking the fucking
Whoa.
poor lady out.
implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not today of it. All you've done is sully our family's name.
No, I assure you, that was never my intention.
Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense.
That poor guy.
I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable.
Okay, so I've been giving you too many voices. I feel like you voiced him too, but I'll take one racist guy off.
His mustache is a W.
It is a W.
Right.
Here we go.
How long have we sat here now, listening to this Nippo-knee spouting out his fancy foreign theories?
Yeah, you definitely voiced this character before.
But think about it.
Why me?
At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache, and he ran away from the scene too.
You want me?
I do declare you're right.
It's true.
I'm gonna just go with it.
Yes, what did I tell you?
Makes sense to me. Sorry. What's that? I'm Santa.
Well, I'm also Santa. It would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. Wait, I'm wearing red and you're wearing green. We're both Santa. Have a better beard, though. What is your position, Lord Von Zeeks? Dykes.
That's just whipped cream. In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings.
I do like how he keeps pouring like wine or champagne or whatever the fuck this is, but he only has like taken one sip as far as we see.
I think you're right.
Crushed the glass a couple times.
He's also chucked it into the fire and it all like ignited.
Yeah.
But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
No, wait! The mystery of the fourth book still hasn't been.
What?
Excuse me.
If books are your predilection, my dear friend, study them on your own time, while I sashay away.
Damn, I didn't see that shit coming, bro. Like, what the fuck? What? No, forgive the discourtesy this time.
In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear. Guilty!
Guilty. 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 Guilty.
Guilty.
Damn, what the fuck?
That motherfucker can't even hear.
I forgot how bad this shit was.
Yeah. Damn!
Thank you for that unambiguous response.
That's twice now. It's over. It's so over.
Mr. Naruhodo, don't give up.
Miss Usato.
Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet.
You're not suggesting.
Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination. You can still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance.
My lord, the defense has to exercise its right to a summation examination.
You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve. I thought he was gonna take a sip.
I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Next time on
Alright guys, that's the stream. Thank you for watching. Guys, see you again in 3 months.
I think it's been longer than 3 months.
Last time I streamed was early November. Well, last time I streamed this, or like, yeah, early November. No, close.
I have considered the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury. And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. Assume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman.
We are, my lord.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime.
There's contention. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Fuck. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime. The window was closed, can it?
Dear it be, it's only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even if a direct hit.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes. What?
What? That's your reasoning for why the defendant guilty gave you the scene?
More tangible arguments from all members of the jury? Really?
Yes, considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. With one notable exception, of course.
My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing the scene. And moreover... No one else was even at the scene to commit the crime.
Has anyone ever seen him actually take a sip of the wines before he threw them at the fucking fire?
Oh, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. Well, to see how it can be argued any other way.
Check this shit out.
I'm afraid that during the summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the fact. But how? What would even...
But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? These 2 details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
And there I was thinking this might be hard.
But Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends.
No pressure then.
That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. I presume you are prepared, counsel.
Oh, yes, my lord. All right, Yonosuke, focus your mind now. Clearly, that didn't do anything but cause pain to my face. Anyway, clearly the key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid, or should I say, Mrs. Garadab. We have a book that disappeared from the Garadab's house on the evening of the incident, and the 4th book found in the victim's hand. There must be a way to link the two. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far, whatever it takes. Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garadab and how she reacts, even to the things other people say.
The defense's rebuttal. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his.
Hold it!
Oh, yeah. But as we now know, there were 4 books, not 3.
Well, what difference does it make?
There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord.
Yes. Does the party have a problem?
Sorry.
Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home. Doing a fiery scrape with his wife or something.
That's not exactly how I put it. No.
Well, anyway, the point is, the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened.
Huh. I think that's what you call a strong alibi.
Though it couldn't have been the landlord who did it, which only leaves the Nipponese fellow. Honestly, I can see what all this palaver's about. The done deal, is it?
I suppose it is, since I have nothing witty left to say.
If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Hold it!
Oh,
Oh,
Mr. Beauregard, I do declare.
So you might be willing to change your decision.
I don't know why I keep making the proper lady southern.
Oh my, such delight on your face. But I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion.
I guess that's how you see proper ladies as. I don't know.
Oh. That's what I got in my repertoire. That's what I got in my repertoire.
Despite what you may think of me, I am a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman.
Oh, apparently she's metropolitan. You have to pick. Metropolitan is mainly like north, right?
Just kind of city, I thought.
Yeah, but like when I hear southern accent and then they say city folk.
We're city folk.
That's great.
If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place?
He's southern England. Southern American.
Pretty much.
You see? Modern, metropolitan, and rational thinking, wouldn't you say?
And not at all extreme.
As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite one or two minor puzzlements, I do declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty.
Oh, I fucking accidentally hit the stick. I guess we could. I forgot this was a mechanic. Checking the people's reaction.
Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say?
Overwhelmingly.
But us modern gals are always delighted to embrace new fads, you know. So I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one.
I'd be happy to do that, too, if only I could.
Let's do our very best not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady.
Right. Glad you admitted rational there. Shit, I keep forgetting what I get. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it? Fuck. Alright, go back.
Hold it!
But what about the possibility that the window was open? What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. How can you be so sure? Prosecutor fellow over there said it earlier, didn't he? And he seems really trustworthy. More trustworthy than you, Nipponese. Oh, God damn it!
All right then.
Imagine I just start making them racist via my own accord.
Just out of nowhere. It's like, Mana, you didn't even say that.
You didn't say that. Also, you went really extreme with what you said. And I'm pretty sure that one wasn't a slur, but it kind of sounded like you wanted it to be a slur.
The way you said it, it feels like it's one whenever it comes out of your mouth.
What? Fuck. I literally just voiced him. Windows in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So no, that window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, see. But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you? It just wasn't. It wouldn't have opened. So what's the point in even having windows, huh?
Counsel, you will kindly refrain from childish bickering.
Oh, sorry. Somehow I need to show there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. Because this young man isn't going to budge otherwise.
I mean, the house is on fucking fire.
Dear me, it was only a little book. Hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit.
Hold it!
But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not?
The flames of love, I'll have you know.
There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb.
Not with that attitude. Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree?
Oh, well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Miss Caradel.
Never you mind that. The point is, we were just having a jovial little dispute. Nothing more.
My shoulder.
And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime.
Right, well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? She seemed to be turning a hair at Miss Caradev's relentless onslaughts.
Almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is.
Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble.
Hold it!
You just want to get this over with? How can you sit there and say something like that? A man's future is at stake here.
Well, him and me both then, like I said before.
What?
I told you already, I'm a day laborer, aren't I? If I don't bring home some readies with me tonight, you'll find me floating face down in the Thames tomorrow morning.
What?
You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know. She can be fierce, you believe me. Believe you me.
Another shining example of marital bliss, then.
Situation like this cropped up the other day. It was, well, do you know, it's funny, but I can't remember.
Sorry!
It was too frightening, that's the thing. Must have blocked it out. Jesus.
Hopeful.
I wonder if Mr. B will ever be dragged into the flames by his scarf.
Don't even go there, Mrs. Sato. There must be some way to jog his memory about this. Okay. Good press.
Oh, come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes.
Hold it!
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad.
I hope you're not too quiet on screen.
I thought it was fine when I was listening in.
Oh. Could you tell us more about that fire?
It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on the top, it did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship?
Of course not. It was an angel cake. To celebrate my birthday, obviously.
His little button eyes.
It seems that that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruto.
Anyway, I mustered all my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but candles went flying all over the room.
Ow.
The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
First off, your puff must have been really strong. Second off, how? How did it not blow out the candles?
I've got big lungs.
I cannot lie.
Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a code. But how did you
Yes,
catch
open the
both
window.
from a fire?
What a fiasco it was. The grandchildren, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flames. And then, because the whole room had filled up with smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it.
Aww. The windows.
The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, it did.
Wow, that's very poetic. That's-
Yeah, like, damn, man, what do you do for a living?
I caught a terrible cold from it. Put me in hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
I knew it was devil worship all along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. Don't you guys fucking light shit ton of candles too in Japan for a lot of shit?
That's probably something they got from us after we basically invaded for a while.
I feel like that's a no. Nah.
We need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street. As well as how he or she could have done it.
Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary.
I think you're going to need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation.
Yes! We don't necessarily need to find the contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do a trick. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for the strike.
That's a spirit.
Last guy and the guy who's very convinced they went open the window.
Yeah.
Objection.
These two juror statements clearly contradict one another.
They do. How exactly, counsel?
Don't point at me like again. I told you it wasn't me.
What's that you say? Speak up, lad, speak up.
Juror number 3, do you see? Oh, me. Oh, me. See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? Seems despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Oh, well, yes, of course, because it was emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... Oh, shit! Exactly.
Oh shit, he can walk.
The day in question, the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garadeb household. Mr. Garadeb had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke.
Oh my. Excuse me.
Juror number 4, you have something to say about that?
Oh.
Yeah.
That never-ending teapot.
Yeah. Also, all those calories.
I mean, it's tea.
Yeah, but at some point. What if it's all water weight?
She slaps her cheek at some point and just like there's this little like water spout trickling out.
It's actually rather skinny. Miss Garadeb!
How dare it be? What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am?
It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now.
What is it?
The fire started in your house that day. Did you or your husband open the window?
I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating?
You're married! We already know! You even let her slip in the middle of the fucking talk! The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire. A situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window!
And what if we did?
Bitch! Huh?
Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window. Which can't have been easy, since I continue to give him a justly deserved book battering.
Even though your house is on fire.
know you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise.
Of course. I should have realized.
That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruto. Managed to establish the window was open. You simply must have that added to Mrs. Garadev's formal statement.
Well, I guess we should.
Objection!
Alright.
Hold it!
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, but as the foreman of the jury, I have to object. Awesome. Oh, did he turn white? I can't.
Excuse me?
Are you excusing me or him?
I don't know.
Vote so, Mr. Foreman.
Okay, yeah, I fucked up. I guess he... I was hoping that would like confirm it for him, but okay. Did it seem off what I thought? Am I weird?
I'm not following the track of it.
Now what?
I don't know.
Hold it!
The fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. The title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garadev told us he had been reading.
Well, I really couldn't say.
On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband a copy of Lion's Pride that he had been reading? I guess I didn't let you say that.
Oh, sorry.
It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right.
Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset?
Because I couldn't, you insolent man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you lay your hands on, as you well know.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Not violent towards anyone I come near. Oh. What was that?
I
Yeah.
barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it.
Excuse me.
What is it, juror number 5?
You know something? I've remembered what it was. That memory I blacked out. It was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back.
Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Garadeb, or the maid, I'll have you know.
The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he was so used to being hit all the time.
It was just about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home from after work, like. I put my hand in my pocket. Sheesh. I put my hand in my pocket for the wages I just earned that day, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out.
Oh dear. What a disaster.
You haven't had half of it, boy.
Oh?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight. I've lost the day's wages, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck in the wall next to me, it did. About an inch deep.
I think you need help. No words. Just terror.
I could smell it then, you know. That god-awful stench of the times. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy banks that night, I can tell you.
Oh, ad break. Ooh.
About that erectile dysfunction medication.
About that erectile
Not for me, but for any, like, you know, a friend. What was the name of the ad? What was the
I
name?
wish I remembered. Not for like an actual serious recommendation, but because I feel like it would add to it.
The joke.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it were a joke. Really do keep getting those as ads, and I have no fucking clue why.
That's why next time we have a screen, then another ad. You can note it down.
Actually, let's see.
Open up.
Hulu Paradise. Lithium ion stainless steel trimmer. I'm getting an ad for a stainless steel trimmer, like for hair. It's got a nose hair attachment? Oh shit.
Oh.
Are we gonna try and go till 8? Or 9, I guess, in your case.
Yeah, sure.
Wall Home Products, the
Haven't
brand
screamed.
used by professionals. Oh, this one's diamonds. This is a new one.
I haven't screamed in like 3 months. Could they keep it short?
Spoil your loved one with a dazzling moissanite jewelry this Valentine's Day. A letter being shoved through the... Oh, tax forms.
Oh, your loved one. By throwing flaming books at
Yeah. Show your loved one how much you care by giving them your tax forms.
Yeah, we gratified.
And we're back.
I respect for you.
This is 30 more seconds for me.
Yeah, that's for finished at least.
We could try to see if we can get back to this one. By that I mean, see you guys in 6 months.
Yup.
Dames. Oh, wait, fuck. No, I think.
Yeah, I did. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it?
I'll never use the word lightly again.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it.
Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined.
No, I wasn't thinking that.
Throwing
I like
household
how the
objects-
one that has chucked us across the room on multiple occasions is the one telling us this.
Yeah, throwing household objects at people is uncivilized.
Throwing people at household objects, that's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it goes.
Throwing household objects at people is, well, so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like.
What? Attack? Who are you going to attack?
Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think.
Alright, we'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later. If I dare. I guess we press them.
I don't know.
Hold it!
Your wife really threw a kitchen knife at you.
That's right. She was chopping meat with it. Had a tidy edge on it, believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? Start with that smile she threw me when we were courting. And since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along with our relationship.
Sir, are you okay?
I don't think it's okay.
Blink twice if we need to get you out of
I
here.
think you need to read this line.
There was a cup and a glass, and a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, cooker, bathtub.
Threw a bathtub at him?
I assume he means like a metal one.
But a wardrobe?
I don't know. What's a cooker? Like a whole ass grill kind of thing?
I don't know. Your wife must have be even beefier than you.
And things came to a head this week when she threw me right into the Thames.
Excuse me?
Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really.
I don't believe you.
Stockholm Syndrome at its finest.
Uh-huh.
I'm so happy for you.
If you want to know what I think this whole idea of ladies first that we're so obsessed with in this country, please. Oh. Was started up by some clever lads who'd been thrown in the Thames a few too many times by their wives.
That's a very interesting theory.
A game theory.
What a terrible thought!
On the face of it, the stereo statement just sounds like a really extreme anecdote. I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. A weapon I might be able to use to make the jurors accept an alternative explanation here. I don't see it, but I think...
Ninja tricks.
Objection!
I don't see it. But okay. Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection.
Good grief! You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once.
Fair number two. Do you think perhaps that this could be one of such novel alternatives?
Oh my, whatever do you mean?
An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back.
What are you talking about?
Exactly! His wife threw a knife so deep into the wall that it came out the other side and stabbed her in the back. Makes sense.
That'd be nuts.
You demonstrated in the fourth book the lion's pride that was found at the scene of the crime. This is voice has legs.
But only when he has legs.
He otherwise does not have legs. Never see him with legs in the other sections of the game. Originated in Mr. Garadeb's room, top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garadeb household to the street below.
Eh? What's that now?
After all, Mrs. Garadeb could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4?
What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole?
Beginning to think that ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened.
Now you listen here, you Mr. Gala.
What the fuck, dude? Yo, I gotta go back.
We're inventing new slurs in here.
Yeah.
As the foreman of this fury, I demand a straight answer. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house. But what? What was it?
I'm really taking a big gamble here. That was a big accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. But I'm certain that at the very least, this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garadeb household to the scene of the crime was the knife. Is that what we're doing?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Take that!
Error number 4, Mrs. Garadeb.
What now?
I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife! Have you ever seen this knife before?
Good Lord, Counsel! What on earth are you doing? It's the weapon that was launched into the victim's back, man!
Dumbass! Could you not let her answer yes or no before saying it was the fucking incriminating evidence? My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garadeb was hurling anything she could at her husband, who'd been backed up against the window. The window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene.
Can't seriously believe that. The book was found in the victim's grasp.
Are you saying that it flew out the window and across the street to land neatly in her hand?
Huh, even my missus hasn't got a name like that.
Yes, I admit, there's many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now.
Oh my.
Mrs. Garadeb, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not?
Oh. Ah!
And with that, I'm dead.
My lord.
Oh.
My lord, I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for this trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions.
Mr. Foreman!
I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it, mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either.
All together now, ladies and gents.
We did it! Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo.
So, as a result of the defense's summation examination, number of jurors' leanings have changed. 2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided. This trial will continue.
Get it.
Yay!
Now then, Lord Von Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
Glass. Those look like
Man
nice.
is keeping the glass chalice topped with silver and gemstones industry afloat on his own.
Yeah, like those look nice. Like, how does he have so many? Like,
This trial's rapidly descending into a farce.
I mean, he is thousands of years old as a vampire. Oh!
oh, another sip.
It does happen. Like a corked wine, the first few sips are bitter enough.
That, and by that I mean the rest are not worth taking, so I throw them into fire.
Yes. The immediate payoff. But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing save the gutter.
If I may, Lord Von Zeeks. This exercise. The defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened.
Credible. Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time?
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Geradeb household runs a rather wide street, Briar Road. Which means that the distance from the Geradeb's house to the scene is some, yes, 15 yards.
Yeah, 3rd floor window, you throw shit.
It's gonna travel.
Let me see. 15 yards. That's around 14 meters.
14 meters? Oh, it's a little farther than I had imagined.
And as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightfully noticed, as having portentous significance, sheesh, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smoldering book, wantonly hurled by the lady of the house, traveled some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb.
You realize that it would have landed her and Oh.
Yeah. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back?
Yes!
This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim, I think. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots.
Ah! There's nothing I can say to that.
That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
I sometimes just like hearing it.
Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he?
I guess that's where she takes issue.
Yeah, she's a Sherlock Holmes fangirl, remember?
Sherlock show.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe let's pick our battles here.
My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense, yes. Go ahead.
Prosecution may consider the idea of fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Miss Joan Gardow, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror?
Damn. Why isn't she a lawyer? Oh yeah, sexy.
Order! 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 Oh, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Objection!
Alright.
It's just breaking stuff to break it.
What if
And
he just knocked
unnecessary.
someone out right now with
Yeah.
that fucking glass bottle and gave us evidence?
Yeah. As you can see through your nonchalant toss of the bottle, which landed squarely between the eyes of
Poor pain. Came here on a visit. Bad.
and unnecessary.
Lord Von Zinks!
There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before the couple's eyes. And we must assume they would be able to testify accordingly.
Huh. Say you, witnesses.
One of them has had their eyes closed this entire time.
Yes, sir. Constable Rowley Beat. Report for duty, sir.
Oh.
Well? Good morning, officer.
Sorry for dozing until now, sir. I would step for a month on account of a villain who's appeared on my beat, sir.
Oh, they are so heroic. These London bobbies.
Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more.
Oh, Rowley, my hero, you make me swoon.
Get a room!
Very well! Let's get them both a room! Alright, so...
Whoa!
I hereby reject the defense's request.
Oh,
In order the witnesses in the stand to testify again. State forthwith, before the court, any details pertaining to the defense's alternative explanation of events.
Yes, sir!
Oh,
This case has nothing to do with Mr. and Mrs. Goadeb. Believe me, a London Bobby is good for his word.
He's still chewing on his helmet strap, but I don't know why.
You see, sir, the windows on the top floor of the Goadeb house are top-hinged casements.
we should be voicing these lines while doing
That would come out terribly.
it. And
Thanks.
Obviously, if anything had been thrown out the window, we would have seen it. I did leave the scene to go and fetch help. My trusty Rolly was there to make sure nothing was disturbed. I didn't take my eyes off the crime scene for one moment, sir. Nothing strange to report on that front, sir.
Whoa! This quite startling! Top hinge casement windows!
Okay.
he was chewing on something.
That detail was not in the police report, Constable.
Oh, yes, sorry about that. I must have been a little drowsy.
Did he say about?
Top hinged windows?
So, like they open from the hinges on the top, so it doesn't.
They don't open very far. I think.
You cannot excuse your sins with drowsiness every time, Constable.
You know those windows that you push them open and then there's like the little thing that you push out to prop them out?
Yeah.
So they only open like 6 inches on the bottom?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're saying they are.
No, sir.
Sorry, bud. What exactly is a top hinge casement window?
And you... You cannot excuse your ignorance with such trite remarks, my learned friend.
He has been in the country for 3 days.
Of course, sorry.
honey, Mr. Naruhodo. Cast your mind back to the windows in Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb's room.
Alright, I'll try. Power of imagination! Power of imagination!
So the window opened in order to allow air to circulate inside the house.
Hey, called it.
But as it's a top hinge casement window, it swings open along the upper edge, you see.
I'm glad you've rectified your ignorance. A casement window's most prominent feature is its stay, a metal bar which prevents the window from being opened beyond a certain amount.
It prevents it opening! This is all new to me!
Absolutely correct, sir. In other words, if a book or knife would have been thrown through the open window, would have clattered against the pane and fallen straight down to the pavement below.
No!
You see the problem then? Good. Your education in windows is complete. There was never any possibility of either the book or the knife traveling 15 yards over the road. That is, unless the window pane had been shattered,
something we've discounted already.
That can't be!
Did you see that, Roly? That young Japanese man just collapsed in agony. Oh, yes, my darling, I saw it. I saw how he crumpled before me.
Jesus.
Oh, Roly, you're so strong.
Get a room.
How is this happening? I haven't
How
even started the
could this
cross-examination
happen
yet.
to me? I've made my mistakes.
Hey, I don't remember the rest of the song.
Life goes on. How could this happen to me?
Already my argument's been destroyed.
Counsel, if you could drag yourself upright again, the court awaits your cross-examination.
My lord! Oh god, another desperate situation. For next time on Mana Stream!
Fair enough.
Keep it short this
Good.
time.
Yeah, good timing. Good outro. I dig it. I dig it.
Maybe next time we'll go longer. We still gotta. This game is gonna take a while. If we go at this rate, playing every 2 hours every 3 months. But I'm gonna call it. I don't know if there's anyone who want me to raid.
I don't know. I have a friend named Kova12 that you could raid.
Yes. Name? Okay.
They're just starting too, so it's good timing.
Sure.
Yeah. They usually play like Splatoon and things.
Curious if there was any of the friends. Otherwise, I would have just ended.
I'm just offering. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Alright, fine, I'll end it right now.
Alright. Fine. Fine! I want you to!
Stop the raid right now. See you later.
Bye.